One. Hi everyone, I'm Christine Justy of Mail Something Pretty, and I want to show you how to put your cards together from the Christmas cards kit. Thank you very much for purchasing a kit, and you'll see as we put them together they're pretty easy. I tried to keep my Christmas cards more on the simpler side because usually you're making a whole lot more of them, so you don't want to spend lots and lots of time on each one, but you want each one to be special. So these are the cards. We'll go through each one, and you'll see how easy they are. So in your kit, you got your envelopes, and I don't even know what order they're in. So we're just gonna grab one, and we will actually the same one's on top. We will go from there. So the first one is the mitten card, and really this can be any kind of winter occasion. It doesn't have to be Christmas. So all your pieces you'll see are already cut, and if they has embossing, there's already embossing on it. Per Stampin' Up! Policy, I am not allowed to send you stamped images in the mail, which is why you'll see as we do them, they're all kind of die cuts, which is fun. It's a fun way of making cards. So it's actually sometimes easier, especially for the kits. So this was done in it's an old embossing folder. I don't remember what it was called, but it came, it was there when the mittens were there. So you'll see I'm actually using the multi-purpose liquid glue, and I just put some glue on the back of, this is Seaside Spray, and then I'm just going to put it on the card base of the thick Whisper White. I tend to use a lot of the glue for putting my cards together. I think it's easy, and you can kind of use it on a lot of pieces. Especially it's good for, this has a lot of embossing, so there's a lot of texture, so you need a really strong adhesive for this one to stick on your card. So you see, so if you're using snail or the seal, just make sure you use a lot of adhesive to put it on, but I'm finding I like the glue. All right, so that's on. So really, this is like a super easy card. We're just going to put the cuffs on the mittens. So I did that with the glue. You certainly could use dimensionals, but I'm going to use dimensionals to put the whole mitten on. So the cuffs just go, whoop. Sometimes it's really good actually, you have that extra second with the glue if you need to slide something over. And the glue goes a long way. I will say it lasts a long time. All right, so then these little they look like stitched trees will go on the mittens. Kind of brings them to life. And you'll see, maybe you won't see, I can see it. This reason why I'm using this mitten, I got it wet, so it warped. But all your mittens should be nice and straight. Okay, and then I'm going to use some dimensionals just to put the mitten on the card. If you don't have dimensionals, you can certainly use, whatever adhesive you have. Sometimes it's nice to pop them up a little bit. All right, so I took the backing off both of them. That way I can kind of guess where I want them both to go. There we go. At the same time, and voila! That was a super easy card. So that's the first one. And the next one we'll see. Let's see. A little surprise. Okay, so it's the one with all the little people. So that is this one. And again, everything's cut out for you. I use the Word Wishes die set. And it's a nice die set. It has lots of words to choose from. I use the tree punch to punch the tree. And then I use, actually you'll see when we make this card, this circle, I just used it for 2 cards. So this is actually in all the pattern paper, I think I used this from Trimming the Town paper. I really like it. It's in this year's holiday catalog. All right, so again, nothing complicated. So we're just going to put this down on the card base. I will say, you can either have your card go this way or this way. It's a square card. I tend to have it go this way because you can even see it sits better. You know, if someone's going to have it up, it sits better than this way. Sometimes flops. But you can have it in any direction you want. And so it just goes on like that. And for the circles, I think I used the layering circle dies for that one. And then I'm going to put the tree on, but just make sure when you put the tree on, you have room for the star. You don't want the tree too far up. And I am gluing this down because we're going to put the Mary on top of it, so I don't want it popped up. I want it flat. Like that. Actually, I'll use the star was in your envelope, and I use tweezers, or you can use the take a pick tool. Put that right on top. And then the Mary, I used, I brought it over here. For a few of the pieces, you'll see I use these adhesive sheets. They come just like this. I think it's 6 by 12, and you got a whole bunch of, I don't know how many sheets, you got a whole bunch, I think it says 12 sheets. So what you do is you just cut out whatever size you need. You cut out, like I cut out a rectangle, and then I stuck it on a rectangle of the red, and then I ran it through my embossing machine, my cut machine, and then so it sticks. So what happens is you just peel it off, so you don't have to deal with glue for this one. So just peel that backing off. Yeah, it's already sticky. Put the Mary where you would like it. And stick it down. Certainly if you wanted to jazz this up with some more gems, little ornaments, feel free. But again, another easy, quick card, but I like it. So simple doesn't have to be boring. Alrighty, moving along. Oh, one of the pieces just fell out. The Y just fell out of this envelope. Alright, so this is the other piece of that Happy People paper. I embossed the base of this card. I did use, I think it's called Softly Falling. It's a retired embossing folder, but it's one I like a lot. So I think I used it on 2 cards for this kit. All right, so again, all your pieces are in the envelope. You have your joy letters, a bow, some string, and your ornament. So you can either use regular Scotch tape, which I don't have, to put I just want to kind of guess, you don't want it to be too high, or I'm going to use a dimensional. So I'm going to use dimensionals anyways to pop it up. So you can stick your cording on like that. Just make sure. And if you want it tighter, there we go. I think I like that better. Like that. And if you want it even tighter, put another one on. Tighter meaning the circle smaller. Like that. Okay. Or you can just use tape. Although you want your people to be straight. So let's do this again. I'm just going to leave that one there. There we go. I originally used tape, but I didn't bring any tape up where I am right now. Okay. It's driving me crazy that it wasn't straight. Okay, so let me put a few more. That's more than I usually use, but again, if you don't have dimensionals, you can certainly make it flush on the card with glue or whatever adhesive you are using. Let me put that on there. And then I did not use those adhesive sheets for the joy letters. I find actually I like using glue better on the words, the letters. So I use tweezers to hold it. I'm just going to put just a little, just tiny little dabs. A little goes a long way. I start with the O so I can center it. Now I will do the Y. I probably should have done this first before I put the, because it's a little bumpy with the dimensionals. Okay, and then the J. Okay, and then how I did the bow, I already tied the bow for you. And this ribbon is fun because it has both Old Olive and Pretty Peacock in the same. So you can decide, you know, which color you want, showing more. I used a glue dot. I like to use glue dots when I put bows on. Just put a glue dot on the back. If you use the white glue, you just have to hold it for a few minutes while it dries. But the glue dot's kind of instant. There you go, a little joy ornament. Look at that, 3 cards, pretty quick. All right, next one. Clean my space here so I don't get too messy for you. All right, so the next one is the polar bear, which is fun. All right, so again, I embossed the background for you, and I think that's called the Woodland folder, and that is still current. And then these pieces, the polar bear and the snow globe pieces, all came from the snow globe die set. And I also put the adhesive backing on the back of this part, but I did not poke all your holes out, so you can do that. I'm using my Take a Pick tool with a piercer. This is probably the tip that I use the most for this exact reason, for poking out little things. If you don't have this, you can use a toothpick, or some people use like the tips of scissors. Or, actually I just thought of something. Sometimes with the backing, if you peel it off, oh yeah, some of those pieces just stick with it. So, well, not all of them did. So you can half poke, half peel. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. And then you will stick that onto, this is a piece of gray granite. It sticks right on. Again, that's much easier using the adhesive sheets than glue. Glue works, but that makes it a little easier for you. All right. So, oh, what's a little, I'm gonna check yours. I still have your kits. My measurement looks funny. That's right. Oh, I guess it's okay. Mine just looks funny. The proportion, I think what happened was with the folder, sometimes it spreads the paper out a little bit depending on how the imprint of the folder. And my borders just looked funny to my eyes. There we go. And then we have, I cut the top of the snow globe out first, and then I embossed it after with the, I forget what it's called. It's, I don't think it's called Snowflake, but it's the current Snowflake die in the catalog. Here you go, that's what I'm looking for. And so you can kind of eyeball, you know, proportion of where you want it to be with it before you glue it down. So I think I'm just going to leave that there. can move that out of the way. And I am going to hold this down a little bit. Again, you have the bumps of the embossed, and then a little, the snowflakes are little ones, but just if you're using the glue, just hold it down for a second so it sticks. Here we go. And then this kind of goes a little bit on the top. It just looks so nice with the I think that's the brushed metal foil paper that's also in the catalog, the holiday catalog, but the silver, the regular silver, the gold, just makes it really pop. And then these polar bears I did with some glimmer paper because I couldn't make yours too, you know, the snow globe with all the glitter and stuff. So it's kind of my interpretation of making it look like a snow globe without having actually the rounded part on top. And you can make these kissing, you can make them like nose to nose, you can make however you want them to be. Okay, I like that one a lot. Okay, so we have 2 left. So we have this Mary card. I want to thank you too for purchasing the kits. Some of you who purchased them I've never met or even really spoken to before, so I thank you for giving me a try. I hope you like the cards and how it all comes. I've been a demonstrator for almost 14 years and I have no end in sight. I love it. I'm planning on doing it for a really long time. So you can check out all my things on my website or I never know if to call it a website or a blog, mailsomethingpretty.com. Make sure you're signed up for my mailing list. You can check out all the videos on YouTube. And I send out weekly emails with all sorts of good information. Okay, so while I was chatting, I put the tree paper on top of the dark green, the mossy meadow. This one has a tiny little border. It's an 1/8 of an inch border. So I didn't want it to be too dark of a border. So just know that when you put that together, it's a really little border. And then I'm going to put this on the card base. So this goes on the Pear Pizzazz. They always have fun names, the colors. Okay, like that. Okay, and then I punched out 3 trees, so Mossy Meadow, which is the same of that color, Garden Green, and Old Olive. You can arrange them the same as I did, or if you want to play with the arrangement, you can make your card any way you want. My glue's almost empty. But it really does last a long time. It's $4 for a tube of glue, but it lasts forever. Or maybe not forever, but it lasts a really long time. Much longer than the tape runners. So I just found out today, and I'm going to tell you guys are the first to hear, depending on when you listen to the video, the new Stampin' Cut emboss machine, which came out this summer. There's a companion, a mini machine, so that will be available at the beginning of January. So that's exciting. We've been waiting for it for, I don't know, for a while. And so that's really good news. So that's great because celebration starts in January, which is a great sale. So for every $50 you spend in January, you get a free item from a special catalog. And so it's good timing. If you wanted to get the little mini machine, you can get a free item with it. I'll be posting a whole lot more information on that too, on all my stuff, the website and newsletters and stuff. All right, so what I was talking, I just put my trees down. I put this little label piece down, and that is from, I wrote it down, the Tasteful Labels dies. Again, the trees were just from the punch. And then these letters are from the Playful Alphabet, and that's what I used the Joy from. Also, they're great letters. They're good size. They're about almost an inch high. So these ones you might see that are thicker. So I put them on, what's it called? The foam sheets, I guess. So it's the same thing. There's a backing on it, and half the backing already fell off the M, which is why it's been sticking to everything. So you cut the same thing as with the adhesive sheets. You cut out the size foam you need, you stick it on the cardstock, and then you run it through the emboss machine. And then you get the foam, and it's already sticky. So it's kind of fun, because to put dimensionals on these would be a nightmare. I don't think that, you'd be cutting them teeny tiny, and it'd be awful. So now you're just going to spell out Mary. And I would imagine a lot of you already have probably some Christmas stamps, so you can stamp whatever you'd like on the insides of the cards. There you go. And then the bow, the cording, is also with a glue dot. So that you'll see the glue dot is bigger than the knot, but if you just kind of squinch it up into like a little glue dot ball, and I would actually put it down first and then put that on top. That might be easier for you. Okay, there you go. All right, so the last card is actually on a different video. So I did this for a club project, so I already filmed a separate video, so I'll send you the link to that one as well, but all of your pieces are in that same envelope. So rather than show you the video it again, it's already there. So thank you very much for purchasing the card kit. I hope you enjoyed putting them together. As you saw, they were kind of pretty easy on purpose. There we go. And please be in touch. So thank you. Again, I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I hope to see you around soon. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Bye-bye.